Hi. Okay, so we moms have a lot of trouble with our hip flexors and psoas muscles in here. We get really tight in here. So I wanted to walk you guys through some stretches that you can do and also explain a little bit like why we have that issue. So we are chronically kind of here, right? Like many times we're sitting, we sit a lot, we drive, we hold the baby, we're breastfeeding, we're working, we're folding laundry. So we're constantly kind of in this position a lot, which just makes everything in here tight. So back here also gets tight. And the psoas muscle actually comes up from inside the leg and then wraps around to the spine right here. So it can get super tight as we're sitting. And what that does is, especially if one side gets tighter than the other, it, from holding the baby, things like that, holding groceries, and it starts pulling on the hip. And one side gets more tight and kind of pulls you out of alignment. And that's where that low back pain comes from. That's why we throw out our backs when we reach in the car for the car seat, or even just like once when I was like brand new mom, I reached for my toothbrush and threw out my back. So it happens to the best of us. So I just want to show you some exercises that you can do in my kids' room because my bed isn't high enough. And I thought I wouldn't show you like on a chiropractor's table because like who has one of those at their house? So you can do this anywhere. I just realized I have my car key right here in my pants. Okay, so you're gonna lie down on your kid's bed or wherever you want, right at the edge. So your arms like right at the edge. Just gonna take that leg and drop it off. And you can bend it, and you'll probably feel like a nice stretch here. Keep your core kind of pulled in so that you feel like a nice stretch, but just really relax it. Core pulled in meaning like don't let your rib cage pop up off the ground. You're gonna stay in that tight position. So kind of pull your spine towards the, not ground, the bed or whatever you're lying on. Pull it off. You can also extend the leg and kind of drop down a little bit, and you'll feel an increased stretch right here. One of the other things that I do is you can kind of tuck your foot back behind you and increase the stretch even more. Okay, and the other thing that is really good is grabbing a foam roller. So if you don't have one, you can take a pillow and kind of fold it in half, and that will help a little bit to lift your hips up. But if you don't have a foam roller, I highly recommend you get them. You can get them most places, Amazon, Target, and who doesn't want to go to Target? So grab a foam roller if you can. If not, kind of find something that will lift those hips up a little bit. And you're gonna put it kind of right across your sacrum, like just above your sits bones. So right about here, you're gonna lie back, keep your knees bent. You're just gonna extend one leg. And this is really gonna help extend and stretch out that psoas here too, the front of it. So you're gonna just relax here. I like to kind of turn my leg out a little bit and get a little bit more of that inside part of the psoas. If it's bothering your back, you can absolutely be up on your elbows. If you're that tight, that's totally fine. Grab a pillow, put it under your upper back. That's also another way to do it. But just hang out here. Also, if you roll down a little bit more onto your tush, it's going to decrease the kind of extension in your low back. So here, sometimes if you want, you can bring up one knee and kind of hold it here. For that one, I would be a little bit more back and just let that open up here and kind of let it hang. That way you almost have your foot kind of off the ground and you just have gravity pulling that leg down and opening up that psoas here. Then pull it in and do the other side. Again, you can also go back to here and just extend. You really see this side is so much tighter. Holy cow. And you know what? That's the side of my back, my hip that's been hurting, which I already knew this side is tight. But stay here for like 2 minutes, Have somebody pour some wine down your throat, whatever it is. here, rotate out to the side, pull that knee up. This also will take a little of the tension out of the low back too if you pull the knee up. So if you need a deeper stretch, go ahead and do that. Come off the foam roller, kind of roll onto your side, get that knee down on the ground, push yourself up. It can be kind of an awkward piece of equipment. The other thing that you might want to do is kind of sit on top, and you're right about at your tailbone, and just kind of roll onto your tush, like the kind of meaty part of your tush, and find the spot that's like really tight. And I guarantee you're gonna find a spot there that's super tight. So you want to just get that to release a little bit, and just by releasing it, you just kind of hang out there and just imagine. What I like to do is imagine the muscles like a pat of butter, just like melting over a corn on the cob. It feels weird to say that out loud. I get that now. And then, you know, kind of roll and find a new spot and just let it kind of release. And do that on both sides. Here, find a spot, let it just release, kind of try to relax your muscles. Try to figure out, where am I holding tension? Okay, I think I can support my leg better, so I can relax it. You know, just really think through, you know, get that mind-body connection established and get those tushy muscles right up around the sacrum to release too. The other thing that you can do is work on your glutes. So the thing that happens too is it's not just from sitting. If you're an active person and you're feeling this, crunches will get you there, right? You want to work on that extension. That means you're crunching and you're working too much here, and you're not getting that extension and really opening up. So you want to work on those extensor muscles, which is, you know, coming here, doing leg lifts this way, with the belly button pulled in, so you're not doing it through your spine, just lifting through the leg here. And you can do that on both sides, obviously. And that will help sort of strengthen those extensors too, which will kind of ease the tension out of this low back area and allow you to really access your muscles in your abs. Because as these guys start to take over, they really just take over. Your body says, oh, I don't need you abs, especially if you've been pregnant recently, or even not recently and never rehabbed it. Your body's like, oh, abs? What abs? I've got these guys. They're gonna do all the bending forward work, all the support work that I need for my body. And that's where it throws you out of alignment. Another good one that I like to do, doesn't quite get the same place, but it's great for those hip flexors, is down on one knee. You can hold on to that side of your bed. Just kind of lean forward a little bit, reach up, and then just reach over the side, the arm opposite from the leg that's in front. Just get a nice stretch here. Again, you're not losing your low back. Stay nice and upright. Your spine is neutrally this way, and then it's just a C curve over to the side. So you can do those on both sides. Stretch them out, get those hip flexors moving. Get some blood flow moving through those hip flexors and in this low back, so they're not just chronically tight. Open them up, get the blood moving, get those other muscles working. We're kind of chronically loose here and chronically tight here and here from all the sitting and just lifestyle modern life that we do. So we need to really actively work on those abs and the tush. And I have a great ab rehab program. If you go over to my website, www.besavagewell.com, that will really help you get those abs going and reestablish that neurological connection to your abs, so that your brain knows that they're there and it will use them instead of trying to find whatever other muscles it can to recruit them. It also kind of leads into a great core work. So we do a lot of hips and glutes to really activate this whole area. So that's a great program for you to do. And just feel free to reach out to me with any questions, because I'm always happy to hop on a call and just walk you through things that could work for you. All right, hope that helps, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.